So what's up, y'all? Um, Today, how am I supposed to say this? So today is a good day actually, and so today I probably have something which I want to share up with you. All right. So I realized that it has been 1 year since I started what I've been doing so far. I mean, live market conditions. It has been 1 year so far since I started live trading, live market conditions, like being in the real market conditions. And the thing is that mm, I've already clocked every single month. I've traded every single month, and I kind of have like some knowledge of every single month, which I was feeling free and willing to share with you. So So today I want to share up every single details, every single every single thing that I probably learned from the market, and I want to make sure I share it up with you. I mean, I'm open for everything. Today I want to share every single knowledge that I've consolidated for the past 12 months. So I remember when I started live trading, it was last year, August, and yeah, and yesterday I realized that okay, it is already August, and I'm on a 1 year rally right now, and I probably have learned a lot, and I want to share a lot as well. And I have details about every single month. I have data collected for every single month, and this probably just indicates that I'm not just bullshitting over here, and I'm just wasting your time. I ain't wasting your time anyway, so I ain't wasting your time. So what I want you to do for the next couple 1 hour, which you want to speak about, I want to speak about every single knowledge and experience I've gathered through this market. Because believe me, when I tell you I've gathered knowledge and experience through this market, I've really gathered knowledge and experience for the past 12 months. I assure you of that. All right, I assure you of that. I've gathered enough knowledge, not really enough knowledge, but I've gathered like a tremendous amount, enormous amount of knowledge and experience. So every single detail that I want to share with you here is just, it's not bullshit. It's all it comes from experience. It comes from live market conditions, and it comes from my ability to stay put in the market for a very long time. So far I've told you, it has been 1 year since I really started the journey of live trading session. I mean, thank God, I never knew 1 year could clock by, but yeah, it has just clocked by, and September will be starting another new year, so we are beginning another new year on September to this journey of trading, like what we've been doing. So September is probably starting another new year. So what I want to show you is basically not from a manuscript or a written or something written. No, it's basically something which I want to tell you, which I've gathered through my ability to stay in the market and my ability to understand the market to the very best of my knowledge. All right. So the ability of me to understand the market to the very best of my knowledge is what I want to share out with what I want to share out with you right now, right here, right now. All right. So the first thing I want you to stay put for the next 1 hour, which I want to talk about a lot of details. We'll be going to a lot of details, a lot of details. Believe me, I got a lot of things to talk about. I got a lot of things to talk about. But mm, let's just keep it simple. So the first thing I realized that for the past 12 months I've been trading, and is that not every single trade is not wasted. Every single trade is not wasted. Either is a loss, either is a win. Every single trade is not wasted. That's the first thing I probably learned for the past 1 year I've been trading. Because I've been trading live market conditions for the past 1 year, and I've realized so far that every single trade is not wasted. What I probably mean by that, I mean that either is a loss, is a win. You probably got something you need to learn from. All right, you got something which you need to learn from it. All right, losses teach you what you're probably doing wrong and what you need to restructure. That's the meaning of losses. Like when I was really starting out, I was looking at losses like a very bad, evil thing. Which whenever I hit a loss, I feel so devastated and so disgusted. I feel that way. I know I feel that bad. I understand that feeling. Because when I was starting out, like I didn't want to lose at all. Because you cannot just wake up and say, "God damn it, today I want to lose money." Nah, it doesn't happen that way. It probably happened unfortunately. It happened like you didn't plan for it, but it did happen. All right. So every single loss that you encounter in the market, they are a lesson for you to restructurize every single details which you're handling in the market. It probably is a way to show you that okay, you know what, buddy, you did something wrong. You probably need like to improve on something, all right? It's like Thomas Edison said that he never failed 10,000 times. He said that he found 10,000 ways that didn't work. Same something before inventing the light lamp, electricity, I mean. So he said he found 10,000 ways that did not work. So he tried 10,000 times before finding one way that he could invent with electricity. So electricity wasn't found like a one day thing. It was probably through a variance of a lot of samples being tested. A lot of samples were tested. 10,000. You know how, bro, that is so insane. 10,000 is incredible amount of numbers. Probably some people could have given up around two or three, but he did up to 10,000 till he could find one. So same thing to trading. I've realized that every single loss is probably a lesson for me to absorb something. It's a lesson for me to absorb something, all right? So it's something which I really need to learn from it. Wins tell you that okay, you're doing the right thing. Wins are telling you you're in the right direction, you're in the right path, just need to keep on moving in that direction and just need to keep on improving day by day. Losses are telling you something you're doing wrong, right? If you're not doing something wrong, you probably could have not lost, right? If you're doing everything right, you probably could have not lost. So losses are telling you it's either you stay out of the market conditions are not that reliable right now, or you are probably trading badly, your analysis ain't that good yet. See, there is a lot of data which you could derive from losses. Like a good example of me is me right now, since August, at the beginning of August, the very beginning of August, I haven't really won even a single trade. I ain't gonna lie to you, I haven't won a single trade. And by the way things are looking right now, we could end up this month negative. There's a probability of me ending up this month negative. I tell you, negative. I'm not afraid to tell you that. Probability of me ending this month negative is probably higher than anything. Because I'm seeing it, I'm seeing it coming. I'm seeing it coming. So probability of me ending the month negative is very, 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 very huge. And probably we have taken back to back losses in August, and depending on my data driven is that August is just not that 1 month which you want to make sure you're trading. August is not that month, alright? August is not that month. So that is depending to my data. So my data probably shows me now August in that month, alright? That's how my data is basically articulating to me. Okay, August, it probably not be the best month for you, buddy. You've traded, last year I did trade August. You saw what happened. So based on what already happened, you want to make decisions from them, alright? You don't want to make decisions because someone told you to. No, you're driving decisions based from data. Data is the key. Like I've been speaking about this time and then. Data is the key. Use data for every single thing that you are doing. Data, like numbers don't lie. Numbers don't lie. Like the numbers probably clearly shows you whether you're doing wrong and whether you're doing right. And August clearly shows me that August I did fucked up. All right, August and the best for me. The quicker I realize that, the better for me. It shows me certain months are good, certain months are bad for me, for my strategy. Because, alright, so that's the first thing which I need to learn. I need to learn that every loss is a lesson and every win is a lesson. No trade is wasted, alright? So for the past 12 months I've been trading, I realized I've won a lot of trade. I've lost also a bunch of trade. To be realistic, I've won a lot, I've lost a lot, but it's absolutely part of it. It's absolutely part of everything, alright? So no trade is wasted. You gain experience from both of them. I've gained experience from loss. Now, I'm not seeing losses as losses number. I'm seeing losses like a learning point, a data-driven point. Maybe it really shows me, okay, that man ain't that good for my strategy. I clearly agree with that. Maybe show me, okay, that man is good for my strategy. I do agree with that because I'm seeing things from data. All right, that's the thing. Okay, the next thing I'll talk about is uh, strategy changing. Strategy changing. Use ability for you to stick to your strategy. See, look. Like most of the time, I have been very, very, very tempted to change my strategy completely. I mean, 9 out of 10, I really, really be tempted to change my strategy every now and then, thinking that, oh, maybe my strategy is not working, maybe it's broken. Maybe I've been feeling like, okay, I gotta change that, but I realize that I mean, it's not really that way. What is basically happening is that you don't have a strategy problem. If you do have a strategy problem, you would have never won even a single trade in the market. But if you have even won a single trade in the market following the same strategy, same process, it's not even because you got lucky, because luck cannot make you win over and over. It's not luck anymore. What is basically happening is that strategy is not broken. You're basically exposing your strategy into market conditions which are not really trending, right? Because the market won't be really trending. Strategy are never broken. What really happens is that strategy won't work every single goddamn time, all right? Your strategy may work well, maybe let's say in quarter one. Like mine did play well in quarter one, but in quarter two, it was like bullshit. It was like shit, bro. I really saw hell quarter two. Yeah, here we go, quarter three again. Bro, I've really scrambled on quarter three. I don't know about quarter four, but every single thing which you see playing out. Quarter one was absolutely one of the best quarters you could ever have. Quarter two was, bro, I tell you, quarter two end that wasn't that good, but we did what we did. We did what we did, and I realized that strategy is never broken. It's not just trending with the market. Sometimes the strategy won't sync with the market. Your strategy is not meant to be permanent. It's not meant to be like how they call it. It's not meant to be concrete. Don't try to cement a strategy like having like a compost strategy and say, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna do this all the time with this one strategy forever and ever. No, it doesn't happen that way. I wish it does happen that way for myself, but really, it wasn't really playing that way. I want y'all hear me well on that, so hear me loud. So the thing is that sometimes strategy does not sync with the market. Not all the time strategy will be syncing with the market. Not really. I wish it does that way, but not really. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Alright? So you gotta have to realize that strategy ain't the problem. Your problem is for you to know what is really going on in the market. If you cannot, I mean, that's where adaptations come in. That's where I've been wondering why are people saying you gotta have to adapt with the market. Why is that so? Then I realized that what they mean by adaptation is that you have to evolve with the way things are evolving. So I have this good theory from Charles Darwin. Charles Darwin probably said it very well. He said that men evolve from an ape. I think so. Men evolved from an ape, and it was gradual, right? It'll take a long period in same amount of time, but he did evolve from an ape, and it was process, evolution after evolution. All right, it wasn't like a one-time thing, and we did just jump from Egyptopithecus to Homo sapiens sapiens. Nah, it really did not happen that way. It took process along the way. Some things, few things had to play out in the game. Something to study. In the market, you have to evolve. You have to understand when things are sinking and when things are not sinking. That's your job. That's why it's really difficult for you to put an AI robot to trade for you, because the AI robot doesn't know when the market is really sinking your strategy and not really sinking your strategy. AI robot ain't got feeling on them. All they focus on is just execution. Alright? They really focus on execution, bro. They don't know if the market is sinking your strategy or not. So if you're relying on AI robot, sometimes you realize that you can't like make a lot of money from it. That probably means AI really favoring that much. But some months you realize that you're really losing a lot of a lot of money. So the thing is that you have to understand that AI, they don't evolve, but you got to evolve. You do evolve. You human. You understand what they don't. All right. So that's why I really feel competent to say that there is no way I can replace human intelligence. That's like calculator never replaced mathematicians. So the same something over here. All right. AI doesn't know when the market is sinking astrology or it does. All they do, you give them a framework to follow, right? They always follow that framework to the T. I understand that you're supposed to follow the framework to the T. But, believe me, but, you need your gut feeling. You need your human judgment, right? You need to implicate your human judgment in the market. If you cannot implicate your human judgment in the, believe me, you won't like it. You won't like it. Sometimes if you'll be feeling good because you up like 50%, 7%. Sometimes you'll feeling bad because you're down like 70%, maybe 100%. Who knows? So the thing is that strategy is not broken. Believe me, strategy was never the problem. I was the problem. My ability to evolve with the market was the goddamn problem. Alright? Strategy was never the problem even a single damn day. It was never the problem. Believe me when I tell you that. Alright? But if strategy was the problem, you have to figure out a way. Alright? So the only way for you to get outside of this is be more way conscious. What I mean by being more way conscious is understanding. Know very well which times your strategy plays out so well and which times your strategy plays out so badly, so pathetic. Just be ready for that. Be ready for that. Awareness is the key in trading. Like one thing I've realized that in trading is awareness, and that's going to be my point number three. Point number three is self-awareness. All right. Point number three is self-awareness. You have to be aware of what you're doing for you to handle it appropriately. You cannot handle something which you're not even aware of, right? You cannot be ready in a war which you don't know what's going to come for you, right? You have to be aware that your opponent is deadly armed. The market is deadly armed. Get that point right thinking in your brain. The market is deadly armed. But for you have to be aware. You have to be aware and be deadly armed as well with your framework, with your market routine, with every single terminal you have in your strategy to terminate the market. That's your duty. That's your duty. Alright? So you have to be much more aware, right? So every single thing you're doing, you cannot solve a problem if you don't know the root of the problem, right? You gotta have to have the root of the problem and starting working out from the root to the upside. Like, you cannot have a cure to a disease if you don't know the cause of the disease, alright? You cannot judge a disease by symptoms and say, okay, I see those symptoms, they look like, you see, you cannot feel that way. Symptoms alone ain't that enough. You have to know the cause of it, the root behind it. You have to know either it's a virus, either is, see what I'm talking about? So you have to know these things. You have to know either genetics is a virus, either is like a normal disease. So you have to understand all that stuff. You cannot just come up with a cure of something if you don't know what is going on. You cannot formulate an engine of a car if you don't know what you're really looking for, right? So you have to understand what you're looking for first of all, and have an expectations or probability of the outcomes which might play out. It's like playing chess, all right? You don't have to know the whole thing. All you have to do is to get ready for the next move. And for you to get ready for the next move, you have to have probability of your opponent outcome. Alright? You have to need to have a probability of your opponent outcome, because the thing is that your opponent can use any single thing. You might be the pawn to your opponent's board and you might not even know about that. So what you gotta do is to make sure that you have a probability outcome of what your opponent might do based on the structure of the game which you're playing. I'm talking about chess at this situation, right? So that's the same thing over here. If you're trading, let's say you want to look for an entry in the market, right? You cannot say looking for an entry if you don't know what you're looking for. Believe me. If you don't have anything that you're looking for, you're being depleted over there. Get out. Just get out of there. You need to know, okay, I'm looking for a market shift. I'm looking for a liquidity strip, right? I'm looking for, let's say, I'm looking for inducement. I'm looking for a fair value gap. I'm looking for an order block. I'm looking for supply. I'm looking for demand. You see, all of this, they are frameworks which you've been put down. You already put them down you tell yourself, if I see this, I execute. If I don't see this, I don't execute. And if this doesn't happen, this might play out. You see how I put it? So there's a thing which you have to analyze. So for the past 1 year, I've been trading. For the past 12 months, I've realized that you need to have the probability of an outcome of which you're expecting. All right? If you don't have a probability of an outcome which you're expecting, you're probably playing very, very, very small. So you have to understand what you're really doing. All right? So then point number 4 is that it's not really about trading. It's about human mindset. I realized that the highest form of human intelligence is not IQ. No. IQ was never the highest form of human intelligence. I believe the highest form of human intelligence is metacognition. Like I told you, I don't have a manuscript with me right here. The highest form of human intelligence is metacognition. Because believe me, no one is ever born a genius. Like, you cannot just be born and tell yourself, I'm a genius. Yo, it doesn't happen that way. You don't become a genius just by, it's not genetics, alright? So, genius is not genetics. Being obese is not genetics. Being like every single thing, every single skill which you think, every single second language, every single thing which you probably may be thinking about is being learned, is being forged in the process. No one is born genius. There is not like a genius thing and like just being born and say, okay, I'm good at it. Alright? So I believe the highest form of human intelligence is metacognition. Alright? Like I told you, you cannot be born a genius. Like I wasn't born with the ability to study on the market and see everything. Like so the highest form of human IQ, the highest form of human intelligence, it was never IQ. It was metacognition. The ability of you to start on your thoughts and realize what's going on them. Like sometimes it's like you speaking with yourself to yourself. That is the metacognition which I'm talking about. Alright? So there is a psychiatric, was it a psychiatric? No, a scientist. There is a Colombian scientist. He said that human have the ability to turn anything you want to. But for you to have the ability to turn anything you want to, you need to be ready to free your mind, right? Every single thing which you are seeing right now, you have been self-limiting yourself, right? You put the self-limitation on yourself and you think some people put them on you. Maybe some people did put them on you. So every single thing which you're doing right now, which your personality, who you are right now, all of this shit which you're seeing around you, they were being limited by self-beliefs. Because believe me, every single part of you is being built by the 7 years of you being alive in this planet Earth. The first 7 years of you dictate every single details in you. How you think, how you see, how you see. The first 7 years of you landing in planet Earth dictates everything. So for you to disconnect that, you need to have, for you to disconnect that, you need to have like a new paradigm shift. Alright? So metacognition is the ability of you sitting aside and seeing your own thoughts, speaking to them over yourself. There's a bit of metacognition. If you can control what you think, I think you're really controlling you're really controlling a lot of stuff, by the way. So if you have the ability to control your mind, bro, let me tell you, you're a superhuman. I don't really care how much IQ I have. I don't really care. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know though. But the thing is that you don't need to have the highest form of IQ to do anything. I don't have. I don't want to. I don't need to have one. All right. What you need to have is ability of you to check on your mind and see what's really going on in there. Ability of you to be more way conscious. All right. So every single moment is like subconscious mind always override your conscious mind. Yeah, that's how we've been built. Because subconscious is meant to protect you from every single danger out there. I understand the reptile part of your brain probably telling you, nah, don't do that, it's so risky, don't even go there, don't even try, like, wait, it's giving a lot of excuses, which you are never in there. So every single thing you're seeing right now, what you believe, what you think, what you eat, what you think, who are your friends, who are your enemy, see, you build those stuffs in your head by yourself. You build them in your brain by self-limiting yourself. I realize that I can do anything. I can do anything I want as long as I free my mind and I allow my mind free to information. Bro, I can be anything I want. Alright? It doesn't really matter how, I don't know, your high school certificate, your primary certificate, your degree, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is how your brain operates. Alright? So like I said earlier, if you can have a good paradigm shift in your mind, the ability to see yourself as a professional trader even before it really happened, bro, believe me, you're one way there. I myself, I ain't a professional trader yet. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't really made that meal in trade. I haven't even clocked a half of it. Even like a startup, I have no startup, but I believe like I'm one of them. All right, what I'm doing every single details like I'm one of them. If I jump to the market, analyze the market like a self, like a professional trader. All right. If you ask me how much meal you got in your account, bro, it's zero. I got zero. But the thing is that ability of you to envisioning every single detail which you want to is possible. You can do anything which you put your mind to. Alright, so same way you apply to trading. You can become a professional trader if you decide you want to. Right? You have to decide first of all and tell yourself, okay, bro, I'm really capable of that shit and I can do that thing. Alright? So you have to decide first of all. After deciding, you have to put down the work. Alright? So you believe that it's possible. Number one thing, you have to believe. You have to believe because there are some things which we are doing that only we ourselves can believe on them, right? Like trading. Nobody sees the vision of trading more than you do, right? More than I do. Nobody can see what I see more than I do. I see a lot of things, right? And nobody can see them because I'm the only one who sees them, right? So that's the ability to see beyond yourself. You hear what I'm talking about? So you having the ability to see beyond yourself is a supernatural power, alright? That is a type of brain I want you to have, ability to see beyond. So I like I really it did not happen overnight or as well. It really happened for after a very long period of time. It really took me a long period of time for me to train my metacognition. It really took me time, but I trained it and it really worked out. It's still working out, right? So you need to be able to be rational in every single detail you're doing, all right? Especially if you're handling high impact activities, jobs like trading, all right? So I've told you, if you can have a paradigm shift which is aligned with a professional trader, believe me, it doesn't really matter like whether you already clock how many thousands of dollars in the market. No, what matters is that what have you, what like the things you are doing, are they really aligned with being a professional trader, right? So if the answer to your question is yes, then it probably is a matter of time. Like you just can't go wrong trying to do the right things. Ain't even possible, right? If you always constantly doing the right things, you can't go wrong. It's just a matter of time. Just give it time. Believe me, since the start of August, I haven't really clocked any single win, bro. The market has been whooping my ass, straight ass whooping. But I'm still here. I'm still here, alright? I understand that I'm not losing. I'm just gathering data. It's data gathering, not losing. And I'm really postponing my win no matter what's going to happen. That is data gathering, not losing. So the way I see them, I see different. And the way I see it, I see like a confidential point, which you have to, how they call it, you have to extract something and put it into consideration and make sure that it does work out. Yeah, right? So you don't have to be very psychic on what you're doing. No, no, no. Try and behave like a nonchalant. No, it doesn't work that way. What you have to do is be competent. You know what I'm saying? Just be competent. All I want to do is be competent. Believe me, I'm about to blow an account right now, but I'm still competent. Can't even believe that. Can't even know that I'm about to blow an account. I'm down 7% on my profile. Can't even believe that it's possible. You can believe it, right? Yeah, it's possible. I'm about to throw up, but I'm still calm, man. All right. You can still see me showing up and telling you what to do, despite me myself being whooped straight by the market, straight ass whooping. Doesn't matter. All right. Point number 4. I was to go about point number 4. Point number 4 is uh, stop looking for the result which you haven't earned. What I mean by that is trading is gonna take as long as it's gonna take for it to play out. All right. That's where this quote comes in. Consistency takes time. All right. If you really think you are consistent as the way you are, you gotta have to give it time. You feel me? You need to give it time. All right. You need to give it like an insane amount of time. It really gonna take a lot of time. All right, and you don't have to be. And you have to understand. All right, you have to understand the way things are working now. You cannot try to force it to bend on your will, bro. It has been just 1 year, 1 year down the line since I started doing what I'm doing, live market condition handling, live market pressure every single goddamn day. I was like panicking. I was like, I almost even had a season. Not even almost. I did have a season. Not even almost. I did have a season. But the thing is that I'm back. All right. So the thing is that you have to, you have to be you have to be competent. All right, so consistency is the key to the game. Like, repetition is the father of everything, and consistency, you need to have consistent actions, consistent behaviors. All right, if your actions ain't consistent, then do not expect the market to reward you consistently. It doesn't happen that way. I wish it does happen that way. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Unfortunately, the market doesn't play out that way. All right, so yeah, that's the way it is. You need to be consistent with your actions. You need to be consistent with what you're doing. You need to realize that it's gonna take as long as it's gonna take. I myself, I don't know, I've told you, I've just clocked 1 year, and I know what it takes is 1 year. Don't worry, all it takes is 1 year. What it takes is 1 year for the payout. What it takes is 1 year for you to do what you gotta do. All right, I don't know, but for me right now is that for you, all it takes is 1 year. 1 year, all shall be good. All shall be good. All right, 1 year long, 365 days. If you can lock it up for 365 days, bro, I tell you, there you got a big difference. I've locked up for 365 days right now, but I haven't really reached where. But the thing is that I'm no way where I was when I was getting started. I haven't reached where I want to be, but I have no way where I started. You really get the point. You really get the difference. All right. The thing, you have to be consistent. Consistency takes time. Mastery takes practice. Profits take discipline. You see, motivations keep you started, but consistency keep you going. I mean, I love that quote by Denzel. Like, speaking of Denzel, Denzel is one of my best. I love listening to Denzel most of the time, and one thing Denzel says, probably say that motivation keep you started. All right, everybody get motivated when they very anxious. Like, they're very enthusiastic when they're starting out. It's like just riding a bicycle. You see, if you start riding a bicycle at the first point, you're very enthusiastic about it. You feel like, nah, I gotta ride a bicycle. So, but the more you continue pounding in the practice, the more you continue grinding on the bicycle, you start feeling like, nah, bruh, this ain't even for you. You start feeling like, no, I don't even like it. Right? So it's like, you have to be very ferocious. You have to be vigilant. You have to be maniacal. You have to be all of this stuff for you to make it out. Because a lot of people start this shit, a lot of them quit, only few make it out the top. I'm among those few who will make it to the top. Believe me, bro. When I'm telling you among those who will make it to the top, relax. I'm telling you what I understand. I'm telling you what I know. For the past 365 days, knowledge I've gathered is possible. I've seen it myself. I feel it myself, and I tell you, I see what you, I the way I see things, you cannot see it. All right, and yeah, that's how things are. You have to be consistent with your action. The next thing I want to talk about is to raise the vibration frequency. All right. You see, the universe runs to a certain vibration frequency. You see, if you institutionalize mediocrity around your area, basically, success become like a crime. If the moment you institutionalize mediocrity on your mind, the moment you institutionalize how they call it, I don't want to even sugarcoat it. I don't want to make it look like a sound good nonsense. No, I want to give it a name which it probably is proportional to it. Which name do you even use? So if you institutionalize mediocrity in your mind, in your brain, if you institutionalize bullshit in your mind, in your brain, and all you do is bullshit, all right, then anything good, anything worth holding for, becomes a crime in your mind because you've already institutionalized all the bad things in your mind. So you already started on the wrong path. So how do you even want to finish on the right path? All right. So the moment you institutionalize bullshit, institutionalize mediocrity, institutionalize stupidity, I'm gonna call it that way. Anything else good becomes a crime in your brain. All right. So your brain dictates them as a crime because it ain't ready for them. All right. So I told you, you need to raise the vibration frequency. The universe is running to a certain vibration frequency which you probably cannot see them with bare eyes. You cannot see them with naked eyes, but there is a vibration frequency which um, the universe tends to move in. Like if you use the concept of physics and let's say we hang 5 pendulum balls on a suspenders. You suspend 5 pendulum balls, and let's say you pull one to the left and let it go. What's going to happen? One is going to come back. Let's say you pull two, and let them go. What's going to happen? Two is going to come back. Let's say you pull three, three is going to come back. You pull four, four is going to come back. You pull five, five is going to come back. So what that really means? It means that wherever you take, it comes back the way it is. Whatever you put in your mind, it comes back the way it is, all right? Wherever you fractionalize in your brain, it comes back the way it is. And the vibration frequency of the universe is equivalent proportional to your energy, all right? So, like, wherever attention flows, energy flows, right? If you, let's say, I want to give you a good example. I know it's gonna sound familiar, but I mean, don't choke me, man. Don't hang me. Don't hang me, man. Don't choke me. So don't crucify me for saying this, all right? But I think you gotta find it very familiar with yourself. Let's say you woke up in the morning, and the first thing which you did is basically, let's say you took your phone, all right? You pick your phone, and the first thing you did, you ran towards WhatsApp, and you started reading a few more messages, all right? You start replying to some of them, then you wind up there, you run to your Gmail, you check up on your email and see what's going on. Then you're replying some of them, you're done over there, you jump into Telegram. After you're done in Telegram, you jump into Instagram, all right? So you jump into Instagram, you scroll some few more reels, you smile a little bit, it kind of looks good, it feels good at the first time, and you feel like, yeah, it's a good thing. You smile, and you feel like those people in the looks like idiots to you, so you feel good, you smile. Then you down in Instagram. Let's say you jump onto Facebook, you down in Facebook. You probably say, you tell yourself, let me extend more, let me even extend more time to TikTok, all right? So possibly when you go into TikTok, it feels good, bro. Let me tell you, it does feel good. You see people dancing, you see people doing crazy stuff. It feels good. It feels very, 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 very entertaining. I understand how it does feeling. I was like that before. I was that kind of a person. So it feels very good at the first point, right? So by the time you realize that you should be getting off bed is around let's say 10, and let's say you wake up around 6. So you spend almost 4 to 5 hours just um, feeding your brain bullshit, right? So the thing is that you without you now realizing, or you realizing, you have already spent your energy and attention to social media without even realizing how the day is gonna look like. So that alone dictates how your day is gonna look like. That alone dictates how your day is gonna look like. The first thing which you did was that your day is gonna turn out to be a fucked up day. For the rest of the day, what you're gonna do is that maybe, let's say after that past that 10, you do just few more things, a few more workouts, a few more home chows, and you jump to breakfast. I understand that. Then after breakfast, then you say, let me scroll few more. Let me have like a few more scrolls. You smile, you feel good, and that's how the day is ending. Time is moving, all right. Time is moving. Time is tickling. What you ever did in the morning is one thing. Where energy flows, attention goes. Where attention goes, energy flows. So you probably give all your energy to something which doesn't even serve you. Alright? It doesn't fucking serve you, but you're there. You are there unknowingly. Or even knowingly. Some people are just knowingly. Sometimes for myself, I always do it knowingly. I do it knowingly. I'm always aware of what I'm doing. I always know what I'm doing. All right. Don't even think I don't know what I'm doing. I always know what I'm doing. All right. Some people are doing unknowingly. Some people are doing knowingly. That's up to them. The thing is that your vibration frequency has already been lowered to your energy that you have. So I told you, the vibration frequency of the universe is equivalent proportion to the energy which you give out. So if the energy you give out goes to something else, that's where your vibration frequency will match to it. So you cannot expect anything outside that line of competence which you are in. All right? You cannot expect anything different from what you're doing. It can happen. It cannot happen. It may never happen. All right? It cannot happen. I know it looks like physics bullshit, though, bro. This is not physics bullshit. This is exactly how the universe moves, right? You need to understand the law of the universe, how the universe is being operating, right? So the same vibration frequency which you put yourself and the same energy which you has are equivalently proportional. If your energy is high to something which is serves you, your vibration frequency is going to be high, right? And what you put is what you get. Nobody can give you something which you do not deserve. You can't expect to move from somewhere to somewhere if you ain't even doing anything. You can't expect different results if you're doing the same thing. It cannot happen. Bro, it cannot happen. Even by luck, it cannot happen. Alright? You cannot have a different results if you cannot do something different. Believe me on that. I've tried that. I've been there. Especially in trading. I was revenge trading. I was chasing price. I was panicking. I was everything you could think of. I was every bullshit you could think of. Until I realized that I gotta have to come with a structure and a plan on how I'm doing what I'm doing. Alright? I realized that something is off. I feel like something's off. I feel like something is not working out. I need to modify something. Right? So every engineer which invented any engine, every engineer out here, a good example is Elon Musk. These people, there's a place where they started out, right? These people do it over time. SpaceX didn't just come like to existence like one day. Tesla didn't come to like one day. No. Tesla was built from repetition, data collection, and refining. How many jets did they build? A lot of jets, right? Data refining, bro. I told you. You do it over again. You learn from it. But you see, they had to do something different from what they were doing at the first for them to come up with Tesla, for them to come up with SpaceX. Something to trading. It doesn't matter every single endeavor you are. Alright? So, the same concept applies to life, right? You cannot expect to be somewhere different from where you are if your input is zero. Your input is always equivalent to your output. I know it sounds like AC, DC bullshit, but you know the AC, DC, I'm not interested in AC, DC no more. The thing is that your input is equivalent to your output, alright? The person you are right now is the outcome of the decision which you decide 5 years ago. 5 years ago is equivalent to the person who you are at the present moment. Believe me, I can reassure you of that. I can reassure you of that. I believe on that. So the person you are right now is equivalent to the person which you decided to be 5 years ago. The person you want to be 5 years to come is exactly the same thing which you're doing right now. So I understand the proportionality and the fractionality of how the universe is moving. I'm telling you, I'm giving you a blueprint on how to turn your fucked up life around. Like mine is already fucked up, but I'm working on it. I understand that what I'm doing now, 5 years from now, ain't gonna be the same. Believe me, it cannot be the same, bro. It cannot be the same. Because I realize that the person I am right now is a decision which I decided to be 5 years ago, alright? The person I'm gonna be 5 years to come is a decision on what you're doing right now. Right now, alright? So you have to understand that outcomes come from the present moment. You have the power of your future if you know what you're doing and how to handle it. Alright? So if you know what you're doing and how to handle it, you have the power of your future. You have the future in your hands. So the person you want to be the next 5 years to come is the person you're deciding to be right now. Let's say you studying like medicine, all right? Right now you're studying medicine. Um, Basically, what you're expecting is that 5 years from now you're gonna be a doctor. You see, that is exactly the thing which I'm talking about. You decided to be a doctor because you studied for it for the past 5 years, right? Let's say right now you train to be a trader. Believe me, for the next 5 years from now, you're gonna be a very, very motherfucking millionaire. Yeah, I tell you for free, man. I know it sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds good. I know it sounds good. The future sounds very, very bright, and I'm very anxious to meet it. By the way, I'm anxious for that. I'm very curious to want to see it, but I ain't anxious though. I'm very calm. I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm waiting. I'm very patient. I'm waiting. I'm calm, but I'm curious at the same time, and I'm putting in the work to make sure that I reach there. All right. I put the same work at the same time to make sure that I reach my potential to that point. All right. So it's the same thing. Same thing to trading. If you're doing the right things in trading, you're refining, you're journaling, you're reviewing your trades, you're improving your analysis by 1% every single day. Believe me, 5 years from now, you're going to be a professional trader. Either you like it or not, you will be a professional trader. But if you're fucking up every single thing you're doing right now, 5 years from now, you'll be a fucked up trader. Either you like it or not. You won't decide that. The universe will decide that for you without even you knowing. It doesn't happen by coincidence. Nothing happens by coincidence. I tell you for free. Nothing is coincidence. Alright? I tell you that for free. So, if you want to turn everything around, you need to reflect on yourself. You need to point that middle finger to your fucking face right now and tell yourself what you're doing right now. Because what you're doing right now determines what you're going to be in the next 5 years. Believe me. So, start counting the 5 years from now and what you're doing right now and what you're expecting there. So that's how things are moving. That's how the universe is moving. That's the vibration frequency and how the universe is moving on. All right. I know it sounds like a physics concept. It's not a physics concept. It's like a data proven thing. Every single scientist have really, every single researcher scientist have really worked on that. I was about to say psychiatric. I'm not even interested in being a psychiatric no more. But the thing is that it does work. It does work that way. Alright? So what you put in is equivalent to your output. Input equivalent to input. You cannot have like a 5 voltage currency and expect like a 7 voltage currency output. It doesn't happen that way. Please understand that. If you put a 5 voltage currency on a battery, it means the same 5 voltage currency will be applied to the light bulb. It cannot be more than that. It's equivalently proportional. Same thing to life, same thing to trading. If you're doing the right thing as a trader, bro, the next 5 years from now, believe me, you'll be in the fucking skies somewhere doing something else. Believe me. So it's just a matter of time. I understand how times work. Alright? For me, I know the concept of time and I understand the odds are gonna play on my side. I understand that the numbers are gonna play on my side. I know that. What I have to know is to give it time. I'm very patient with that. Believe me. Very patient, but maniacal as well. At the same time, I'm very patient with that, but I see it the way I want to see it, right? So the way I see it is that clinch more time and put in the work. That's all. Just put in the work and give it more time. That's all. That's what you have to do. Let the universe take care of the rest. Okay, the point number 5 I want to talk about is what is point number 5? It's called how to say, self-reflection. Self-reflection. So for the past 5 years I've been trading, I've realized that self-reflection is more important than anything. I said we're going 1 hour. We haven't even clocked an hour. So I still have a few more minutes for me to yap around. So the next thing I've realized is self-reflection. Bro, trading does start from your mind. Decisions start from your mind, right? In trading, you cannot make decisions randomly. I don't know, but it cannot happen randomly. All the decisions are always planned from your mind. Bro, if your mind is not planning that trade, that's not your trade. Believe me, that's not your trade for you to trade. If you are not seeing that trade outcome before it even plays out, that is not your trade. If your mind is not coding that trade the way it should be coded, that is not your trade. Be out on that. That's dangerous, by the way. That's dangerous. It means if you cannot envision the future of that trade playing out, bro, that is not your trade. You better stay out. You better stay the hell out, because what you expecting? Like a general question, what you expecting from that market? What you expecting from that trade to give you? What you expecting? I always have an expectation. Believe me, I always have an expectation. I call it the Monte Carlo test. I have expectations. Every single trade that I take, I always envision it play out before even playing out. I always envision that trade playing out before even playing out. That's why I told you, you need to see things differently. You cannot see things the same way they are and expect to have different results. It cannot happen that way. Believe me. That's what I told you. You need to see things differently. I told you. First of all, you need to understand the concept of time. Then you need to understand what you're doing. Alright? So if you know what you're doing, you combine it with time, bruh, you'll be good. You'll be good. Alright? So the thing is that if you cannot envisioning the future of what you're doing right now, then you're probably just fucking around with something which you don't even understand. Alright? So the thing is that, what's the expectations at the end of everything? I have my expectations at the end of what I'm doing right now. I have my expectations well aligned. It's well proven aligned, bulleted. Alright? I'm waiting for that. Right? It's well aligned. All I'm waiting for them is then to play out. Alright? So if you have to build, let's say you are learning how to code, alright? You are like a softonic engineer, you're learning how to code, alright? Your expectations at the end of your coding learning is that you can build a fintech, you can build like a website which can solve your problem, alright? Because we have a problem every single day, so you want to make sure you're building something which personally can solve your problems, alright? Not even you as alone, but to the rest of the people as well. So you want to make sure that you're building a website at the end of your coding lessons, right? So at the end of your coding journey, you need to make sure that you have built websites, right? You have a vision of what you want to build. Bro, you cannot be an engineer if you don't know what you are envisioning to build. If that's what you're doing, then you are doing nothing there. You're just buying time there. You're just buying time there. When Elon Musk was starting Tesla or SpaceX, he really knew what he wants to achieve, alright? He did not wait for it to happen like abruptly. No, that guy really knew what he wanted it to look like. He understand the vision of it. Or past 10 years ago when he was starting out, I wasn't even there, I understand that, but that guy had already knew what he wanted to play out. He understood how he wanted Tesla to be like. He understood how he wanted SpaceX to be like, because he envisioned it to be. When I'm ready right now, I'm seeing what you cannot see, alright? The thing is that you have a vision of only you can see that. It's for you and you alone. No matter how hard you may try to explain it to someone else, they can't understand the way you understand. Alright? The thing is that what you're envisioning at the end of what you're doing. Let's say you are like a politician, alright? And you love politics. You're learning political science. Basically, at the end of a career political science, you expect that, okay, maybe one day I might run for a seat, a congressional seat, a governor seat, a senator seat, a presidential seat, whatever seat which you are admiring to have. If you're learning political science, you expect like, okay, one day you might run for a political seat. Wait, look, I'm not learning political science, so I'm interested in politics. So you expect one day to have something on your back. That's your expectations, right? So if you're learning how to be a teacher, you expect one day to stand in front of a class and teach. If you learn how to be a nurse, you expect one day to be on a hospital and to treat people the way they should be treated, right? So you need to have a fucking vision of what you're doing. But if you don't have a vision, right? If you don't have a goal, if you don't have any clue of what you're doing, let's say even in life, it's easy to live if you have direction. If you don't have direction, you don't have what you want to achieve, you'll be just living cluelessly. The sun comes up every single day, the sun goes down. You don't know what you want to do. All you do is to roam around, fuck around, all right? The thing, you don't know what you want to do. The sun comes up every single day, the sun goes down. It's a normal day to you because you don't know who you are. All right? So it's easy for you to live if you have like goals and ambitions in this life. It's easy for you to live if you have something worth holding for, something worth chasing for. All right? But if you have none, you better find one. You better find one, man. You better find one. In the past years of trading that I studied for the past 365, I realized that if you are going to trade, you need to have a vision of what your trade is going to look like in the next 5 to 10 years. Because if you don't have that thing, bro, I tell you, you will give up. You're gonna give up. Because the way the market is gonna whoop your ass, market is gonna give you a straight ass whooping. Believe me, this market is gonna make you feel like shit. You're gonna feel so devastated. You will feel so broken. You feel like hell. You feel like the market doesn't want you. But that's not the case. That's not the case. That's not the point. Alright? You feel like the market doesn't want you, but that's not the point. So it's easy for you to be in this game if you know what the kind of vision you're expecting from the market after 5 to 10 years of trading. It's easier for you to stay in there, hang on in there, clinch on in there for the longest. It's easy for you to that to happen. But if you don't have that, bro, I tell you, you're gonna give up for free. You're gonna give up. I don't want you to give up about anything. Same thing applies to life. If you're living cluelessly, you don't have what you want to achieve, you don't know where you're going, you don't know even where you're starting, you don't know anything. All right? So if you basically don't know anything about yourself, you're just waiting for the signs to come up, the signs to come down, just replying messages, sleeping, just you just like the rest, all right? Then believe me, you're losing yourself, man. You're losing yourself. I don't really care what you want to try to achieve. I don't know which every single individual dreams is. I don't know. But all I know is that you can achieve it. All I know is that you can achieve it if you understand what you're after. Alright? You cannot achieve something which you do not understand. I put that clear. So if you don't have a dream and goals in this life, you don't have purpose. Every single day looks normal to you. The sun comes up, goes down. It looks normal to you. It's just like a normal day to you. You feel like, I gotta eat, I gotta shit, I gotta sleep. Alright? You feel like you all you need to do is eat, sleep, and shit. Bro, you have a problem. You have a big fucking problem. You have a problem, and you need to work on that. I'm not even kidding. You have a problem. Right? So find a purpose. And hang on in there. I realized that for the past 365 days I've been trading, purpose is important. Purpose is important. You need purpose. You need purpose on what you're doing. It is important. And the biggest thing of them all is to believe on your purpose. Every single person is going to try to pull you off. Believe me, they're going to try to pull you off. They're going to try to tell you, not even try to do that. That shit's going to work out. Oh, yeah, it's true. It's true sometimes. It's true. Because they cannot see what you see. Alright? So the thing is that every single person is going to try to pull you off. Believe me, it's going to happen. It's normal. It did happen to me. And it's still happening to me. But you need to see, bro. You need to see what no one else can see. You need to open the eye. If you cannot open the eye, I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know what you're seeing. I don't know. And if there is nothing right now burdening your chest right now, every single day looks normal to you, you have a problem, and a bigger problem. Alright? And I think most of people are lost because they lack knowledge. Alright? They lack knowledge. Alright? the thing is that work on that. And the next thing I want to talk about is a lot of people are addicted to learning. They're addicted to knowledge, but they're allergic to implementation. I've realized that people spend more time learning, but they spend very few time implementing what they've learned. All right. So information only changes situations if you implement them. You cannot keep on buying every single best trading book in the world if you're not gonna implement it. All right. Implement what you're learning. You implementing what you're learning is the best thing you could do ever to yourself. All right. So you implementing what you're learning is a very big step in your life. Very big step in your life. Implementing what you're learning is a very big, huge step in your life. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about, this is the very last thing. I know I've kept you for so long, but I promise it's about to be 1 hour. It is only 1 hour, 1 minute. So, okay, last thing I want to talk about. This is the very last thing I'm talking about, and I'll be done. Last thing. Last thing I talk about is passion. It's called passion. It's called, you need to be ambitious, bro. You need to be ambitious in every single decision you're doing. Alright? You need to be ambitious. Alright? So the thing is that every single thing you do, you need to do it willingly. No nigga has to force you to do something. No motherfucker has to force you to do something which you don't wanna do. No. You gotta do it willingly. If you say you're gonna do something, do it. Just be real, bro. Just be real for once. Be true to yourself. Be real for once. Be true to yourself. Keep the promise that you made to yourself, right? If you say you're gonna show up and keep do the work, show up, bro. Show up on those charts. Analyze the best of your ability. If you say you're gonna stop revenge trading, you bet the hell yeah. You bet the hell yeah. You need to stop. So keep the promises you made to yourself. If you say you're gonna keep improving your trading, journaling, you bet the hell yeah. You need to show up and journal every single damn trade which you take. Alright? So you need to be passionate of what you're doing, and you need to have like this scary ass big things which is very hard for anyone to carry by you. Alright, so you gotta be passionate, by the way, because if you ain't passionate, when hard times clinch in, you're gonna pull off. And I don't want you to pull off. I don't want you to pull off. You hear me right? I don't want you to pull off. I want you to stay in for the longest. The only way for you to stay in for the longest is you having passion on it. You showing up at the days which don't feel like. If you can do that, believe me, you're only one step ahead to a lot of many motherfuckers out there. Alright? So show up, be true to yourself, be real for yourself, and keep pounding. I know I've spoken a lot of things, but I think I'm done. There's like a 1 hour, I call it the therapy Thursday. I've been speaking about the charts for the past couple of days, but I ain't gonna do that today. So yeah. So whatever the fuck life throws at you, whatever the fuck you're going through, whatever the fuck you've been through, everyone got problem, every single one got problem, but you have to face your own by your own guts. Alright? So make sure you show up. You close that shit. Alright, make sure you show up. And make sure you show up. And you do what you have to do without any questioning. You got a dream, you gotta go after it. And I told you, you don't have to be a genius for you to do anything. Ain't nobody was a genius. You don't need to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Alright? Believe me, you don't have to be great for you to start, but you have to start to be great. Ain't nobody was stupid, ain't nobody was genius. Alright? I wasn't born with all this ability to do all the things that I do right now. I was never born that way. Alright? I learned them. I learned them. It took time for me to learn them all. But there we go, I have them. You can't say that I'm not a genius. I'm not, and I never wanted to be a genius. I'm not, by the way. The thing is that you have to learn every single details you in this life. Alright? You have to learn. Self-learning is important than the learning which someone's going to teach you. If you self-learn, you improve faster than when someone is teaching you. I prefer self-learning than if someone's teaching you. If you're self-learning, you're improving faster. Your brain is absorbing in the way you understand it. So if you're self-learning to yourself, your brain is absorbing it faster, quicker. But if you expect someone to teach you or go to a lecture hall for you to understand something, you have a problem. Right? I'm not trying to sound like Einstein, no. What you have to understand is that you don't have to be a genius to start anything. I'm not speaking about trading. I'm speaking about every single endeavor you want to do in life. I'm speaking about politics. I'm speaking about trading. I'm speaking about coding. I'm speaking about entrepreneurship. I'm speaking about any single endeavor, sports, entertainment. I'm speaking about every single endeavor. Every single endeavor you gotta have to stay in, that's up to you, not me. What we have in common is consistency, point blank period. Alright, so clinching there, bro, and shut up, shut up. Just don't give the fuck up though. Don't give the fuck up though, cause it won't be that easy though. I understand it won't be that easy, but endurance is the name of everything. Endurance is the name of everything. You gotta have to endure every single adversity that's coming your way. That's your fucking job, and you have to make sure that you stand by them. So I've spoken a lot of things. I know I've spoken a lot of things, and I hope you pick something which you can incorporate in your brain and you can incorporate in whatever you're doing, and something which kind of resonate with you, something which you feel like it does resonate with me. You gotta have pick something which you feel like resonate with me and put it into action. So speaking about 6 things, but I've really expanded to those 6 things, and so those are the things I've learned so far for the past 365 days I've been trading, and it wasn't about trading. It's just about trading plus life. It was a sum of them. So yeah, I've told you, the journey is still long. September, we're starting a new year, September, and we expected the new year to be beautiful. For the new year to be beautiful, and yeah, I know we haven't won a single trade right now, but I'm not losing. I'm postponing my win. Believe me, please believe me. So yeah, September I'm starting a new year. So we're now starting a new year, September. I'm expected to have like a lot of wins September, and yeah, I've traded September. I know how September rhymes, so I ain't afraid of that September. So yeah, so these are the lessons I've learned for the past 165 days. These are the lessons based on my knowledge and experience, not manuscript, not being like reading somewhere, right? So I'm telling the lesson which I've learned myself, and you need to also learn something by yourself. Alright? All they are self-learning lessons. So make sure you put them in consideration. Without further much more ado, I'm out, and I want to say thank you all for showing up, and there's a lot of things which I know I have to say, but yeah, thank you all for showing up, and until we meet next time. So right now, I'm out of this shit. Yeah, bye for now.